Well, good morning and welcome to Highbury Stadium for today's Youth Alliance League Northwest match between Fleetwood Town's under-18s and Salford City's under-18s. As you can see on the stream as I'm talking, they're going to do their squad picture, their final squad picture of the league campaign, as this is the final match of the season.
Please welcome the Cod Army. Please welcome Fleetwood Town.
And as you can probably hear, Rod, the Fleetwood Town PA announcer, he welcomes Fleetwood Town's, the champions, Scott, onto the field of play, and we can't not start off by talking about them. Obviously the final game, a great chance to play at Highbury, the home of the first team, in what is going to be a day of celebration, shall we say.
Absolutely, and fully deserved. There's a lot of hard work that's gone into today, and the lads can, as well as the staff, just rightly be proud and enjoy the day and the celebrations that will follow. And obviously it's been a journey for a lot of people within the club, and some that have left, played a part in this, and I think that's important, as well as a lot of staff that have worked hard to get this club and this academy to where it is today. But listen, it's all about the players today, and they should be very proud of their achievements this season. Obviously used to the surroundings,
Yep,
in terms of Highbury, from playing the Youth Cup games on air. So today feels slightly different to me, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. As you can probably see on the stream as I'm talking, there's going to be a minute's silence for Jordan Banks, the 9-year-old who sadly lost his life on Tuesday playing the sport he loved and many people loved in the world. And our thoughts, mine, Scott's, Fleetwood, Salford's, everyone in the football community in the world, our thoughts are with Jordan's family and friends at this sad time, and we'll leave it now for a minute's silence. An absolutely impeccable minute's silence there for Jordan Banks, the 9-year-old who played for a local grassroots team, Clifton Rangers Juniors, knowing people who worked with him on a weekly basis and on weekends. As I said, our thoughts go out to the family and friends of Jordan this afternoon. But we are here to give you a full match commentary of this live Youth Alliance League match between Salford City and Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood going for their final huddle of the season, one where Scott Many will be playing the final game with this group of players. And over the years I've worked with you, I've been at the club, it's a special group, this scene, kind of people come from the under-16s, and like I said, everyone's played their part, but what they've got to do is go out and enjoy themselves this afternoon and play with those friends and teammates for one last time with a smile on their faces.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure that will be determined today, and hopefully get the result to go with it. But like you say, they can go out and enjoy it. But I'm sure that their standards that they've set themselves over the, previous years, will not allow them to take the foot off the pedal. And I'm sure they'll be determined to go out on and end the season with a win before they collect the trophy.
Yeah, definitely. That's one thing you want to do, isn't it? Definitely get the win on the day and lift the trophy. It can be two emotions if you end up losing and then pick up the trophy. But as it's confirmed before kick-off, Fleetwood are champions of their league this season after going very close last year. And I believe it was Salford who just pipped Fleetwood last year on the points per game, which I think if games were played, Scott, Fleetwood might have had 2-2.
I would like to think so. I mean, the irony that we will lift the league today, having played Salford in the last game when we were cruelly denied last season on a points per game basis due to the pandemic. But listen, that wasn't their fault either, and they were worthy, rivals last season. But this season, we've made sure that we've got across the line, and like I say, fully deserved from this group of players and staff.
Yeah, definitely is. Fleetwood get us on the way. They keep in possession now with Sam Bird on the far side, wearing the number 2 shirt for Fleetwood. Feeney gets his first touch on the ball with Patterson now with a nice ball to this left flank, which is a strong header by number 2 Lucas Kernan, and we'll go through the teams very shortly. As the referee will go through the Salford team whilst they're waiting their throw-in. In goal, wearing the number 1 shirt is Brad Rose, 2 Lucas Kernan, 3 Ben Collins, 4 Ben Rydell, 5 Jaden Timmis. We've also got number 21 Dan Jones, 7 Finn Bartram, 8 Anton Smith, 9 Dijvan Dedro, number 10 Harvey Walsh, and 11 Ben Finley. That is the starting 11 for Salford, with the subs Tom Shepherd, Diego Garley, Lucas Berry, Sam Carr and Donovan Lescott, as Fleetwood drive forward with Bird now on that right hand side. Just a misplaced pass there to Keane Hayes, who ultimately won Fleetwood Town the league with a spectacular goal in the 2-1 win away at Shrewsbury. I don't know if you were there, Scott, but the scenes I saw on the highlights and the goal clip were just out of this world.
Yes, unfortunately I wasn't there on that occasion, but obviously we've seen the goal and we were aware once that goal went in the office and around the training ground of the significance. And then obviously an anxious 10 minutes followed before we heard the whistle to confirm that we were indeed champions this season.
Yeah, definitely.
Just looking through the Salford team sheet as well, and some familiar names on there. I see number 17 on the bench, Donovan Lescott, which is Joleon's lad, who obviously had a very good career in and around the top flight. And then some lads that, Ben Rydell's there, which is obviously Ryan's brother, who we know well from his time at this club. But like I say, there's some lads there that have been potential targets as well in the past, so be interesting to see how they do today.
Yeah, definitely. We'll keep it to date of any changes, but Hayes looks to beat his man on the far side. It's a ball crossing the box, taking a little bit of a deflection, but Salford managed to clear their lines and look to try and get Fleetwood on the break here, as Wilson again doing that job so well in the middle of the park, just picking up the loose balls and making the game tick for the Cod Army. As it's Jonathan Borwick now who goes long to the left side, which Covey Smith looks to battle for the ball but can't quite get on the end of it. And Ben Thompson in the middle, I thought that was a handball, to be fair, just lifted his arm, did Billy Batch. But it looks like the referee's gone for a throw-in instead. Dedro now looks to get in the box. It's a dangerous ball, as you alluded to, Scott. And Sam Bird has to be aware just of the man on his shoulder as well. Yeah,
the lad delivered it well, right in that corridor of uncertainty, as we like to call it. Where the keeper wants to come but thinks, I'm not sure. But young Bird has dealt with that brilliantly, because there was a striker at the far post waiting to get a shot on goal.
Definitely, it's going to be Salford. I can't quite see the number on the back of the shirt of the player who's going to whip this ball in. Fleetwood have to be wary of the some of the height in the Salford team, but it's a great ball whipped in just under the kind of 6-yard area, and Covey Smith will launch that down the line. And no Fleetwood players there yet, but it's Keane Hayes and Ben Thompson who are going to press. And it was Dan Jones to clear his lines, but Patson with a nice calm header to Smith, who got to say was instrumental in Fleetwood's FA Youth Cup team this year, scoring many goals. But we'll come back to this as Salford look to try and get through, and Bird must have got a clean and loud shout from
good
Warwick
interception
there.
From Batch there. He's read the pass well, got a vital touch that allowed Borwick to come and collect. So well done, young Batch there.
He's got caught out again as Patson, as Dedro looks for that dangerous ball in the box, and Josh Feeney is there to deflect the ball out for a Salford corner. And Josh Feeney, Scott, I know he's been talked about in the press. He's going to play for kind of Scotland, England. He's been at England in the under-16s camp, which for Fleetwood and the young man himself is a fantastic achievement. And it's one of those he's got to keep his head down as a young lad. He's had the kind of accolades so far for what he's done, but it's a good place for him to be, Fleetwood, isn't it? To develop his career and the way he's going to adapt into kind of men's football, should we say?
Yeah, 100%. And you know, Josh is a very grounded lad, and I know a lot of people have had a lot of influence on his, you know, on his journey so far. He's got some really nice decisions, I suppose, or choices to make going forward in terms of England and Scotland, as you mentioned. And there is some interest around him, but like you say, he's just got to stay grounded and keep doing what he's obviously been doing, because that's got him to where he is so far. So long may it continue. But yeah, the boy's doing well.
It's going to be a Salford free kick here. Thanks for some of the comments coming in. Chris Ramshaw says, "Come on, boys." Titus says, "Come on, Fleetwood." And Cod Vlogs Ben is watching the stream, so welcome to all those who are joining us this Friday afternoon as the final Youth Alliance League of the season for both of these teams. But it's a ball whipped into the box, and it's a header from one of the Salford players, but it rises into the memorial stand behind the Fleetwood goalkeeper. It's going to be a Fleetwood goal kick, and we'll read through the Fleetwood Town lineup this afternoon, as you've heard a few of the names already. But number 1, Jonathan Borwick in goal. 2, Sam Bird. 3, Billy Batch. 5, Josh Feeney. 6, Lewis Patterson. 7, Kobe Smith. 8, Ben Thompson. 9, Enoch Takpe. 10, Sean Sittole. 11, Keane Hayes. And 16, Harry Wilson. On the bench for the Cod Army, as Ben Thompson switches the ball to Hayes on the far side. Connor Easton's wearing number 13 shirt. 12, Sam Barrett. 14, Joe Collins. 18, Danny Edwards. And 19, Akil Raffi. But it's Fleetwood do currently have possession with just coming up to 7 minutes in this game, as a new addition, not for us, but an actual clock on the scoreboard this afternoon. We've been able to upgrade after the success of the FA Youth Cup game. I
think today's team selection would have been Wiles's probably most difficult, because obviously he's got to factor in some of these boys will unfortunately play the last game at the club, you know, after performing fantastically well over their time here. So it's nice to see some of the lads being out there, you know, to finish off their journey here with a performance on the Highbury Stadium. But like I say, it'll been difficult for him to select the team today, because you know you can't be too sentimental. But you've also got to remember what service some of these lads have given the club. But I'm sure he'll have done the right thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Obviously taken some time out to be with Fleetwood Town's first team when former manager Joey Barton left the helm here at Highbury. He did a fantastic job, you have to say, under some difficult circumstances, and it was up to Matt Lawler to take the reins at the under-18s for a few games, and he's also played his part helping this team win the FA.
I think that's
league,
testament to the club as well, that someone can come in like Matt Lawler and have an impact, a different voice to Wilesy. And Matt Lawler, like you say, did a tremendous job with the lads, but I think that stems from obviously the staff having an input in and around the team and the development. And I know obviously Matt Lawler's been quite influential, certainly with Josh Feeney and his journey, so it was no surprise to the people in the club that Matt Lawler stepped in and did such a fine job whilst he was on his holidays.
I'm sure he will not be saying it was holidays. Trips to Hull and MK Dons, I believe, but Feeney now on the ball, just nice and composed in the centre-half position as he looks to collect the ball again. He looks for a young, like an under-16 Scott, he just looks so composed, doesn't he, for his age, and that's just testament to how he's developed at the club. Yeah,
absolutely. He's had some fantastic experiences as well, not just with the youth team, but recently playing in the 23s as well. And then, you know, being in and around the first team, travelling, you know, and being on the bench as Batch breaks forward.
Yeah, it's good defending there by Kernan there, but it's Thomas with the ball in the box, and
nice move.
Takpe got a header to it, but just a kind of too good of a connection really, which sees it go out for a Salford goal kick.
Just probably needed to take a bit off at Enoch and direct it by glancing it. As Feeney goes and wins the header. Wilson driving forward now, but yeah, not a bad move from Batch and Thompson to deliver the ball. Just a bit of execution from Enoch.
Hayes looking to go on one of his darting runs and taking a bit of a heavy hit there by the Salford City defender, but as usual, when he gets knocked down, he's straight back up on his feet. Is Hayes, and Bird looks to throw this ball in the box to tap it. It's Hayes again to Thompson now, about 25 yards, goes out wide to Batch now. He's got time to deliver, but he goes out to Smith wearing the number 7 shirt on his favoured right foot. Thompson now looking for that right moment and right pass for the execution, and Batch just overhits that pass to his teammate. It goes out for a Salford goal kick.
Yeah, and they're just starting to come into the game now. Fleetwood starting to get a bit of possession and a few passes strung together, which is nice to see. Thought Salford started quite brightly, to be fair. Forced a couple of corners, caused young Patterson a few problems in the air, and then obviously had the chance which Bird dealt with well at the back post. But Fleetwood now just starting to come back into the game, so set up nicely to continue. Could be a good game this, Sam.
Yeah, definitely. Richard Gilby, Fleetwood Town fan, just says good luck, lads. And Brian Hooton says, as winners of the North West Youth Alliance League, did the lads now go on and play the champions of the North East League? Or Scott, I don't know if you can insight, or is it just they play in that kind of group and an area or region, should I say?
There are different forms of competitions. I think there's a Youth Alliance Cup, which all the teams play in from the different areas in, like if you like a Champions League group stages, and then you tend to have a Northern final, and then if you like a national final.
Tapping out to Smith on his left foot, and it's a good strike at goal, but well matched by Brad Rose between the sticks, wearing all yellow for Salford. Sorry to interrupt you there, Scott, but a great chance of Fleetwood. And there, if we're being critical, and I don't want to be critical this afternoon, but is it going to cross the goalkeeper there, or was he right to go for that near post?
I suppose the coaches technically will say that he should have gone across the goalkeeper, but I suppose sometimes it's the element of surprise as well, going near post, and we do see keepers get beat at the near post in situations when they present themselves like that in the penalty area. But yeah, he'll be disappointed, Covey, not to have scored there.
Hayes now in the box again. He's got Smith to the side. Another strike with his left foot, but it's well blocked again by the Salford defenders, and Fleetwood win themselves a free kick in a very dangerous area.
Good pressure. They've obviously taken it on from the last 5 minutes where they've got into the game, and now they're getting a little bit of sustained pressure and creating a couple of opportunities there, which Covey will probably think he should have done better with one, but Salford defended well there and got some bodies in front of the man and ball, so they'll be pleased with that. But yeah, just going back to the Youth Alliance Cup, then they go in and play in the national final. We got to that the previous year, but it was interrupted by the pandemic. So there we are.
Going to ban that word next time, I think. 2 players, Scott, over this one, Keane Hayes and Ben Thompson. Knowing the way Keane Hayes is, he's definitely going to strike this one, and it's a nice curling effort, but it's straight at the Salford City goalkeeper, Rose, and didn't have to rise too far or too high to catch that one. It was straight down the throat, and Salford looked to go long, but it's only gone out for a throw in midway inside Fleetwood's half. We've played, get the actual clock up, not the stream, which is just behind, coming up to 14 minutes in this league match between the two sides, final one of the season. And we've also got Dave Farrer, who's cheering on Salford. So Dave, hope you're enjoying listening to the stream and watching the Ammies live from Highbury Stadium. Salford currently in 8th position as we look at the table. They can't finish any higher due to Shrewsbury. They've played their full games. They played 26 on 38 points. The max that Salford could go to is 34. And as we're looking at Fleetwood, top 25 18 wins, 1 draw, 6 defeats. Scored 58 goals, only conceded 35 with a goal difference of 23, Scott. And that just again goes to show how good Fleetwood are going forward. But on the flip side, how good they can be defensively.
Yeah, and I think that's where they've obviously built the foundations. But I mean, when you look at the league table, it doesn't lie, as they say. And, you know, they've won the most games of football, and that's what it's about, winning games of football, whilst you're trying to develop players as well. So if you get that balance right, which obviously Fleetwood have this season, then good things can happen. But like I say, they've won the most games. They've, you know, been good defensively, and they haven't been bad going forward. So, you know, and it's worth noting that, you know, personally, I think Rochdale have been an excellent side this year, and have been churning out good youth teams for a number of years now, and have some good staff there. So, and I know that obviously Blackpool had a great run at one point in the season where I think they won something like 12 or 13 games on the spin, and they look strong. So it's not been an easy league to get ourselves to the top of, but we have occupied that position for most of the season. And like I say, you know, all things being equal, very well deserved.
Yeah, echo the word you're saying. It was a bit nervy times, I think, when Rochdale came to Poolfoot and beat Fleetwood. I think it was 5-2. Got to say, Fleetwood weren't at the races that day, but again, you've got to give credit to all the teams. And as I was saying, I think Rochdale finishing second as the table stands, 26 games, 17 wins, 3 draws, 6 defeats. Again, similar or better goal difference than Fleetwood, just finishing a point behind. But obviously Fleetwood can go extend that lead with a win.
Brilliant by Hayes there, pressing and being aggressive, trying to win the ball back. Well done.
Yeah, definitely good press, and that's what I know Simon Wiles likes to do, isn't he? Get on the front foot from the start, you defend from the front with your attacking players and really put the opposition under threats, because, again, no defender likes being closed down quick, and when you've got the pace of Hayes, especially Covey Smith as well, the dangerous players to nick the ball off the defenders.
Well, I think it's something that's been quite prevalent within the academy for a number of years, through the coaching programme, and the coach is implementing it. You know, this high press and trying to win the ball back high, and a great example there from Keane Hayes. So, like I said, that's coached into players, and Covey bears fruit for that as well. Another one that you know, looks to press aggressively from the front, and like you say, it does put people under pressure.
That's a great ball in there, which
well done, Boz. Did well.
Dedro thought he was just going to get nicked there, and if he's the first player to the ball, he catches Fleetwood unaware. But now it's time for Salford to break, and Dedro now with the ball at his feet, tried to go up, but I don't think that's handball. That's it.
It's very difficult when you're that close, isn't it? And obviously he's moved his chest to try and block it. So, but you do sometimes see them given. But like I said, I think just too close.
Yeah. Definitely common sense prevails there from the officials, as Fleetwood look to go a little bit direct this time, but doesn't find the feet of Enoch Tappe, Fleetwood's number 9 this afternoon.
I think that's not a bad ball by Patterson, to be fair to him. Maybe, you know, needs to drift it in a little bit more for the striker, but Enoch's got to be aware of that and, you know, time his run. Because certainly when he'll have Simpato shape, he'll have known that he was going to knock the ball longer.
Yeah, sometimes it can be just turn the defenders a little bit and make them think, but it's a strike at goal which has taken just a small deflection off the Fleetwood Town defenders, and it goes out for another corner for the visitors. Yeah, Dave, thank you for your comment. Very grateful for this coverage. Well done. Hopefully you can stay with us. Keep it on a side screen if you're at work. Hopefully the boss doesn't see. And Titus, again, thank you very much for your kind words there, as we've coming up to the 19th, well, in the 19th minute of the game. It's ball whipped into the far post. Salford rose the highest in the box there, and Ben Thompson's got to quite get this one, but it's Jones who has the strike at goal, and it's taken another deflection there out for another corner. And got to say, Salford are really putting the pressure on Fleetwood.
Yeah, but I think young Thompson's got to do better there. It's so easy to beat on the edge of the box, and the lad then gets a shot away, which, like you say, is deflected out for a corner. But edge of the box there when it's set back, Ben Thompson can't be easy to beat. And, you know, the lads just literally waltz around him.
You want to see it's going to be Anton Smith to put this outswinger into the Fleetwood Town penalty box. He drills this one, to be fair, and it's one that Josh Feeney deals with, but got to say, Kine doesn't match him there, and it's Bartram now with the ball into the box. It doesn't quite find, I think, but it's Walsh now on the going out wide to his teammate, but he looks to try and find Ben Rydell on the edge of the box of that pass, but it was intercepted by the Cod Army as they look to come forward with Timmis now. But he's closed down by Sittol, and it's got a little bit scrappy in the last few minutes as I think it's I was going to say Smith, sorry, yes, it looks like Harry Wilson from a second, but Smith looks to try and bring Fleetwood forward, but he can't do it, and Ben Finley now on the ball, long diagonal into the box, one that Patterson has to deal with, and he certainly does.
Great header by Feeney there, just to flick it down to young Bird, who's misplaced his pass. But I think Fleetwood are causing their own downfall at the minute. They've got to get some better possession. You know, take care with the passing. Just seem to be, I mean, he's relieving the pressure there, Hayes, but they've got to get hold of the ball and then start getting some passes together and stringing them together. Good work by Enoch, a little bit unlucky to concede the free kick, but...
Yeah, it's going to be a Salford free kick, which they play quickly to the goalkeeper. Just had a quick note here from Salford. It's not Dedro. There's been a spelling mistake on the team sheet, so it's Pedro. So thanks to Will from the Salford City media team. He'll appreciate that shout out, I'm for sure.
Well done again, Feeney.
Sittol now has got options left and right. Does he pick the right one? It's a good tackle there.
It had to be as well.
Otherwise, it's trouble for Salford if that one goes in. But Batch now looks for that right option. He's only really got two and picks out probably the hardest of the two passes, which Takpi deals with, and the referee again giving the free kick, which
good
Thompson.
Spot from Thompson. Not sure it was a free kick myself.
Hayes
well
on his
done.
favoured left foot, curling it round, and deflection away for a Fleetwood Town corner this time, and that's where Hayes is best, isn't he, when he's drifting off that right flank, causing defenders problems and getting that strike off at goal.
Yeah, and you've got to almost let Kean do what Kean wants to do. He creates such different kinds of pressure for defenders to deal with. Like you say, he's very direct. He wants to go and beat players, and he can cause problems, as has been proven this season.
Thompson ball whipped into the box, like Harry Wilson rose the highest in the penalty area there, but it's Salford who look to counter-attack here. Finley.
Brilliant by Thompson there, brilliant.
Yeah, Finley closed down there. Thompson, he's kind of got the other way now as the midfield. He looks to try and drive past Patterson, but thought he won the ball, but now he's under a bit of pressure now. Bartram with the ball in the box. Feeney deals with it initially, but it's Kernan who's, I thought he might have been fouled there, but he's got back up on his feet, and both teams, can I say, wrestle each other to the floor.
Well, yeah, it was 6 to 1 and half a dozen the other, I suppose, but Thompson did better there on the edge of the box. A little bit more aggressive, getting his body in between man and ball. After a little bit of casual defending by Patterson after he'd done well, and then didn't realise the person was going to come and nick the ball off his feet. But it's quite even, the game, quite a good watch. You know, both teams will probably think that they're done the better or created the better, but you know, Salford certainly haven't come here just to make up the numbers in terms of, you know, it being the last game of the season, and for us to win that league today. So fair play to them. It's a good game.
Yeah, can Salford come here and ruin the party? Fleetwood obviously will be lifting the trophy at the end of the game, so do stay tuned. Obviously, we've still got plenty of time left in this match, but it's Batch now to Thompson, who loves that little flick around the corner, but it's well read by the Salford City defender there, who can only kick it out of play for a Fleetwood Town throw, which Batch will take. Tyler Dodds in the stream this afternoon says, "Come on, Town, end the season on a high." See if they can get the opening goal in this game, but as Scott said, it has been an even contest so far. Patterson just goes twist kind of both ways twice and gets away with that one as he looks to pick up the loose ball here in the deep inside Fleetwood's own half. Just looking for that right option, the Hollywood pass, as many people call it, that switch of play which Sam Bird wins, and it's Sittall now to pick up the ball for Fleetwood. Hayes drops that left shoulder, drives, and the referee...
Could be a book in this.
Yeah, normally I think it would be. Probably give him a last warning. Unless he's diving into his pocket, which he looked like he was there. We'll wait the result. Yeah, it looks like he's going in the book for that one. I think it's number 11 for Salford. Ben Finlay picks up the first yellow card in the 26th minute of the game. But again, we talk about Hayes in those areas when he's driving forward and defenders just can't stop him. And the only way to stop him sometimes is by giving away a free kick in what is a very dangerous area.
Yeah, to be fair, he's one of them players, Keane, isn't he? That you know, the slightest touch when he gets in full flow looks, you know, they can look worse than they actually are. But listen, that's a foul and it's a free kick. But like I say, once he gets in full flow, he's difficult to stop.
This time Hayes does lead the ball for Ben Thompson. It's in a great position here for the left footer to get up and over the wall and find that left side of the goalkeepers, our right hand side. We'll see if what Thompson can produce here, but it's not struck with obviously the conviction, but just the accuracy, and the was just wrong there on the free kick. But nice idea to get it over, but it's such a hard skill even for players as talented to obviously get a first team contract. Yeah,
back to the training ground for those two.
I'm sure Wilesy and the rest of the coaching staff will be demanding them afterwards. But ball down the line, which Pedro can't get on the end of. Again, apologies for getting that one wrong. I blame the under-18 secretary for writing this one, Abby. But no, it's great to have for her and the team to put this one together. It's great. Again, you can't see him on the stream, but some fans from the...
you lucky boy.
I missed that, to be fair. I'm not sure what happened there. Scott,
well, Patterson's played a ball back. Pedro has pressured, and Boz has played the ball. Well, tried to play the ball back to Patterson, and he's hit it straight at the striker Pedro, and it went straight back to Boz's hands. Very lucky. A let-off.
A let-off indeed, and as I was saying before, that chance that I missed, that it's been great that the club have been given some of the family, I think it's one per player, to come and watch their son for the final time, or definitely for the under-18s for some of them. So a huge well done to all involved at Fleetwood for arranging this. But it's a ball which Smith looks to get on the end of, which the goalkeeper Rose claims. He's just waiting for that movement, the signal to either play short or go long, which hasn't quite made his mind up yet, which he has done now. Goes out wide to the centre half, but has to go straight back to the goalkeeper, which isn't the greatest of touches. It should be a Fleetwood Town throw-in right by the corner flag, and again, Scott, in the matter of 2 or 3 minutes, we've seen both keepers nearly at fault and nearly giving the opposition the lead. Yeah,
very, very similar, really. I think they both showed a little bit of hesitation and nearly paid the ultimate price for it. I don't think their keeper was as lucky as what happened with Borek. He seemed to get a bit more luck, but they've conceded a throw-in which Fleetwood have launched into the box.
Hayes left foot strike at goal, and it's well blocked by the Salford City defenders, and Wilson now has got to be careful and choose the right pass, which he's gone back to Patterson. Sometimes just play the way he faced in a little bit earlier. Ball it goes long to Sittall, but it's well won in the air by Timmis there, and it's going to be Jones with the pass back, and it's bobbling all over the place. There's been so many games in this pitch, and there's such little space. The Polton District Premier League Cup finals, Colton Cup Plate and Cup finals have been played here midweek over last weekend, and will continue Saturday and Sunday. So which
is fantastic for the local, the grassroots leagues, but obviously it does take its toll. But I mean, the nerves are usually at the start of the game, but they've come after a little brief start. Now the nerves are kicking in, which is not normally the way it works. But yeah, I don't think the pitch has helped that, even though, to be fair, the pitch is in good condition, all things considered. We've seen some football here over the past few weeks, that's for sure. I think it continues this weekend.
Yeah, it definitely does. And also, it's all about the academy in general here, Scott, that obviously some of the younger age groups, I think the under-7s, under-8s have been playing down here in the last few weeks. And for them as young players to aspire to get better week in, week out at training whenever they come down to Poolfoot Farm, the amazing facilities there that they can come at the end of the season, enjoy playing here, and maybe one day make that step up, which we've seen the likes of James Hill, Josh Feeney come through, and many others that have been in the academy for years. I say years, it's been 5-6 years since it kind of got going, but for them to get the opportunity to play here, it's just fantastic for them.
Absolutely, and credit to the club for allowing it. But yeah, at the end of the season, we get the academy teams on here, and whether they're under-7s or under-14s, the thrill of playing in the stadium is always the same, and will remain that way. And you take so much from it, no matter what age you are. I mean, it's complete excitement if you're a young kid of 7, 8, 9, 10, and then obviously as you're getting into the older age groups, it's that experience of playing in a stadium on a bigger pitch and having to deal with types of game management. And we invited Morecambe over, but we've had other clubs like Liverpool, etc., Everton in the past to give us different challenges. But yeah, listen, it's fantastic for the players and the staff, to be fair, to be on here. And credit to the club for allowing that.
Yeah, definitely. Back to the game, we've played just over 31 minutes in this Youth Alliance League Northwest fixture between Fleetwood Town and Salford City. As you can see on the scoreboard, it still remains 0-0, with both teams having chances to open the deadlock, but neither side has capitalised on any of those coming their way. Sadiq says, let's go Fleetwood. He leaving a comment there. And Ty says, you guys going to be showing the lifting of the cup. We will be staying live for the presentation after the game. So if you can stay with us, if you've not got work, you've got a free Friday afternoon. It'd be great to have you on board for that one. But it's Hayes now, drifts forward again, making that darting run. He comes on his left foot into the penalty area. Great feet, but just not got the final product. And credit to the Salford City defenders there, but it's not gone away as Takpe looks to get a strike at goal, but can't again get it on target. It's well blocked by Salford, the men in white.
That's such a good run by Hayes, going right at the heart of the defence, and then just drifting to the left-hand side, and then dummying a couple of players. He's so unlucky. I mean, it's a great block by the defender who's put his leg out to block the shot, because it looked destined for the bottom corner, which would have been an absolute brilliant solo goal from young Hayes. But you have to say, good defending as well as good attacking play. Here he goes again.
No, I think he is looking for that one.
That might well be what's known as
a Tom Daly dive. 7. Back up now for Salford on the far side. Of ball whipped in. I say whipped in, probably drilled more like to the far post, but overhit and out for a Fleetwood goal kick there. And again, could he stayed in his feet there?
Absolutely he could. And that's why it looked so dismal, because he got caught in two minds, because he'd not even got to the defender's foot when he went down. So he needs to be careful there, Keane, because he's better than that. And the challenge or the pressure hadn't come when he actually decided to go to ground.
I don't want to say there's an art to diving, but you can make a bit of trying to disguise it a little bit, can't you? You can kind of act on it, and obviously we don't want players to do that, but if he just waits for that contact a little bit and leaves a leg in there, so to speak, the referee then does have a decision to make.
I would say,
not condemning it, by the way, but yeah.
However, I would say that there is an art to it.
Yeah.
And some players are better than others at it.
Keane Hayes maybe not one of those.
No, definitely not one of them. But if you look in the modern game now, probably from the last 20 years, it started to come in. And then I think that, without being unfair, I think coaches, managers started to embrace that there was an advantage that could be gained through contact. So I think it's become more and more, part of the game, and I do think there is an art to it. I know it's not nice to say.
No,
and
I
it's
agree.
not a nice
Just thought I'd bring
subject.
it up because I do think that
but
people.
I do think there's an art to it,
Yeah.
and you look at Hayes in full flow. He's any slight nudge can look worse than it is, and they go down, and it looks worse than it is.
Yeah.
So sometimes players, and inadvertently look like they're looking for them, and they're actually not. But
Yeah, completely
I think
agree.
Keane's got to accept he was looking for that penalty.
That one, we'll let him off there because his goal has won Fleetwood the league this season with their 2-1 victory away at Shrewsbury Town last week. As we said before, great scenes with that goal coming 10 minutes from time. Never seen a strike like it, to be fair. But it's Fleetwood deep inside Salford's half, and Thompson wasn't quite sure if he won inside a corner, but the referee.
I think we've sent young Wiles to sleep there behind us as well, which honestly we wasted talents here. We're putting people to sleep. We're commentating on a game. I don't know what else we can do here, Sam.
No. Hopefully there's a goal soon to wake some people up. But it's Thompson now. Ball again whipped into the box. Fleetwood won the initial header, but it came off the back of a Salford City shirt, and Sittall puts it back into the area, but it's cleared away, which Batch has to deal with. And they're never easy, those ones where it's bouncing in front of you and you've got to make that contact back to the goalkeeper. But Batch does so well there. And talking about Batch and a few others which we'll come on to, he's one of the players who have signed his first professional deal at Fleetwood, which is a fantastic achievement by all those involved. But just talk us through Batch, because he's obviously a solid left back, which people have seen over our streams this season, FA Youth Cup. But for him, it's again a great moment for him and his family to secure and put pen to paper.
Yeah, and do you know, I smile when you say his name because he has that effect on you, Billy. He's a great kid, fantastic family, very supportive. David and Helen, and I remember when we, got to sign him a few years ago. I was aware of him just before going to the EFL exit trials, and he impressed us. And obviously we signed him, but obviously that's, just the start of his journey. Brilliant by Hayes again.
Oh, it's a right foot striker goal this time. Smith gets the header back on goal, but it's cleared off the line, as Scott says, and it's Sittall now with his back towards goal. He looks to pick out Wilson. 35 yards, mate, 30 yards now from goal, and it's nice
football
play by Fleetwood. Have got the overload on the left side. It's a chip into the box. It's a dangerous ball in, and Hayes with the touch there. And as you see, Hayes points towards Billy Batch, the provider for that goal, and Fleetwood. Scott go 1-0 up in this game after 38 minutes, and got to say, great move and an even better finish.
It's great. It's movement. It's pulling people out of positions and then delivering a quality ball into the box that just needs finishing off. And even the interchange between Wilson and Thompson at the start of the attack there was lovely and fluid. And then, obviously, Batch makes the overlapping run. I think it might have been young Sittall that slides him in. And then across the 6-yard box for a tap in for young Hayes coming in at the back post. So great goal, good team goal. Wiles will be delighted with that. We were talking about young Batch, and like I say, fantastic family, and worked very, very, very hard. He's a long way from home as well, Billy. He's come and moved to the Fylde Coast, and dedicated himself to the area as well, which is important. I think he thinks he's a bit of an Essex boy, but he isn't, let me tell you.
No, as I can only echo the words you've said. I've worked with him for 2 seasons, and one of the nicest lads you can have in your team,
lad.
Isn't he? Yeah.
Great character, and long may it continue with what he's doing at this football club.
Yeah, and just a final one. Congratulations from myself to Billy for that first professional contract. But back to this game where Fleetwood a goal up thanks to a Keane Hayes goal in the 38th minute of the match.
Now they're just starting to find a bit of rhythm with the passing as Sittall boots it out of play. But just before that, we were mentioning about Fleetwood, having to get more passes in, and obviously they did that for the goal. But they're just starting to, in my opinion, just to go through the gears a little bit in terms of getting the passing, the fluid. moves going and people running off the ball and creating space for other people. So yeah, they're just starting to play well.
Yeah, a few comments going here. Jordan Mai says, "Get in, lads," with the red and white circle emojis next to him. Kev Drury says, "Good goal and good football." Certainly was. Ryan Shorrock, part of the Fleetwood Town staff, he says, "Great goal, well done, lads." And Linda Cohen-Peel says, "Well done." She says, "She's a little bit late to the stream, but she's here now, and hopefully, Linda, you're here for the duration of the stream. And can Fleetwood's under-18s get their final 3 points of the season and enjoy the celebrations even more when they lift the Northwest Youthalites League trophy at the end of the game?" But they've still got a long way to go in this game, where Salford look to switch the play to Bartram on this near side to us, but the ball was just overhit, and Fleetwood with the throw in deep inside their own half, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems to have knocked a little bit of confidence out of Salford, that goal. They just seem to be misplacing a few passes now, and they started the game quite brightly. But just over the last 10 minutes, I think that they just lacked a bit of confidence and assurance with the passes. So I suppose going into the half-time break won't be the worst thing for them. Whereas I think Fleetwood will probably want the half-time break not to come.
Definitely. It's kept in on the far side. I thought it might have gone out for a throw-in, but it's number 11, Finley, with his back towards goal, but his teammate loses possession there. Thompson now gets the ball in these deep areas where he's just as effective as when he's driving towards the opposition's 18-yard box. Patterson now picks out Wilson, who again is also another player who signed a long-term contract at the club, despite being is it first year, am I right?
Yeah,
Scott,
first year scholar.
First year scholar, again, that's credit to the player, but he's still got work to do as Fleetwood look to double their lead, but as they're just, in some respects, just enjoying the occasion now, aren't they, Scott? Getting the ball
starting
down.
to enjoy themselves out there, which was important. You know, they've got that lead and they want to protect it. Keeping possession won't do that any harm, but yeah, young Harry Wilson, you know, fantastic lad again. You know, we talk about character, great kid, Northern Irish, so again, dedicated himself to coming over for his career.
Yeah.
Another great family behind him. His dad, Alistair, very supportive, nice guy too. But yeah, Harry's done very well. A bit unprecedented for someone to get something so early in his career, but again, fully deserved.
Yeah, definitely is. On a visit with him, kind of during the pandemic, helping out a local food bank, him along with many other of the under-18 squad and a few under-16s, and he even offered his services to potentially come back as well at a later date to help out, which again just goes to show not just him, and I spoke about Billy Batch, but the whole squad, the right attitude and the mentality to do what's right on the pitch as well what's off, and that makes the all-round player. And again, Scott, some of that comes down to you. I don't want to make your head much bigger, but we'll come back to the strike at goal. It just goes across the keeper's 6-yard box there, and it's gone for a goal kick. But Scott, I guess that kind of comes down to the recruitment side as well. That when you're actually meeting these players, you're not just looking at the football and ability. It's the people inside that also counts as well as being a footballer.
I think it's key.
Yep.
You know, I think that you have to, you know, bear that in mind because let's be honest, most kids these days, with us being a football nation, have ability, and it's tapping into what else they have as well. There's lots of lads out there with ability that could potentially play football at varying levels, but let's say this level, the purpose of the conversation, good ball match. But yeah, I mean, listen, they've got to have the whole package if this is going to be the chosen career, because it's difficult. The further you go up the ladder, they'll be tested character-wise. So I think that's important. But listen, I think it's not just recruitment. I think it's important that the standards.
Sito with a strike at goal,
that's
and
fantastic, Sean.
That is a fantastic strike. Maybe giving the goalkeeper the eyes. You wouldn't tend to go the near post in those situations, but fantastic goal again. The goalkeeper, Brad Rose, had no chance. And
they work the ball so well, Fleetwood, when they get in the rhythm. You know, some nice passes, pulling people out of position, and then obviously it creates the space for Sean to have that time, to have that little look, and then obviously deliver a great finish But delighted for Sean as well. Great goal for him, and he'll be proud of that moment today.
Yeah, definitely will be. Great strike by the young lad, and Sam Bird's sister, Lucy Bird, is watching the game live with her class in a school in Salford, ironically. So she says all the year 6 in 6Y watching at Little Oaks Junior School in Salford, supporting Fleetwood and also supporting Sam as well. So thanks for your comment, Lucy. And she just goes off to finish before we get back to the game, saying all the boys are on the field are an inspiration to the young players coming through. Keep going, you're on our big screen. So thank you, Lucy, for that comment, and we hope all the children are enjoying the stream and celebrated both
Brilliant
goals
Hayes.
Like that. But it's Fleetwood on the attack now. It's that man, Sam Bird, on the far side, looking to whip this ball in the box. It's just blocked, and finds his teammate Harry Wilson on the edge of the box. We'll come read some more comments out later, but it's Thompson now with the ball at his feet. We're just into added on time as the referee looks at his watch. I can't imagine there being too much longer on his whistle. It keeps looking.
Yeah, and we mentioned, didn't we, about Salford getting to half-time, but obviously Fleetwood now have doubled the lead, so they've doubled the problem for Salford. You know, they won't be enjoying the half-time drink, but Fleetwood will be nice and relaxed knowing that they've got a great platform now to go on and maybe deliver a championship-winning performance.
Yeah, it definitely has been that, hasn't it? 2 goals in the first half. The first one by Keane Hayes in the 38th minute. A nice move down the left-hand side, which Billy Batcher's cross was met by Hayes to pass it in the goal, should we say, from a couple of yards, and then Sean Sittall with a nice curling effort past the goalkeeper a minute before the break. But Scott, we'll go and have a break. We'll let all the viewers and people join the stream grab a drink, a hot drink, a cool drink, whatever you want to grab, and some food, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half. It's Fleetwood 2, Salford 0. Hello and welcome back to the Fleetwood Town live stream of the Youth Alliance League Northwest fixture between Fleetwood Town and Salford City. As the referee gets us back underway here at Highbury, as they get the clock up as well for you. As Fleetwood are, as you can see from the scoreboard, 2 goals to the good thanks to a great move and a great finish by Keane Hayes and Sean Sittall. Got the second minutes before the half-time interval, and it's been great to keep the viewers with us, so hopefully you can enjoy the stream. As people saying it is live, it's half-time. And admin just asking what league it is. It is the EFL Youth Alliance League Northwest region, so that is the game between here. But we're into the game, and Salford a bit of a loose touch there by Pedro, and the referee is just going to bring it back for a free kick to Salford just inside Fleetwood's half. There's number 4, Ben Rydell, brother of former Fleetwood Town player Ryan Rydell, who's just feeling the effects of that knock.
Approach the second half.
Sorry, people couldn't hear then, Scott, but sometimes people might say that's a good thing, but
yes.
Just go back to what you were saying, sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, it'd be interesting to see how Salford approach this second half. Last game of the season, 2-0 down. They're going to have to obviously up the kind of performance to get back in the game and hope that Fleetwood don't turn on the style, and then the game could go away from them. But they've started the second half brightly again.
I think there's been a change for Salford. I think there's number...
Yes.
Oh, there's been 3.
16 is on, Sam Carr, centre half.
And
15's on.
And 14 as well. So we'll try and figure out which numbers of... This is why...
Seen that.
He gets paid the big bucks at Salford. We've got... Yeah. So looking at the team, so it's Carr, Berry and Shepherd who have come on the field of play. Number 10, Harvey Walsh, has been substituted, as well as 21, Dan Jones, and also number 3, Ben Collins. They are off the field of play as it stands, but it's Hayes now who drifts onto his right foot. Not his favoured, but it's well cleared away by the defender, and wasn't too sure if that actually did sneak out of play.
Well, luckily we've got Mr. Crop, the linesman, who spotted that. But I know what you mean. From here, it didn't look like it had gone fully out. But I think Keane's really enjoying himself out there, young Keane Hayes, having the time of his life, getting plenty of the ball, going on plenty of mazy runs as he likes to do, getting a lot of success, and then obviously a goal to top that off, and he'll want to go and cause more damage.
Ball back to the far post. It got a bit of deflection from I think it was Wilson's header. It wasn't. I don't think it was Feeney. It's come off the back of the Salford City shirt.
No, and they're causing some threat from corners. Fleetwood. Feeney's rose a couple of times, and I think you're right there. It was Wilson who was at the back post and trying to steer it back inside the post. But it got blocked out by the Salford defence. Don't know why Jack Holroyd isn't watching the game. He seems to be more interested in me and you, Sam. That's a sports scientist for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just show him the stats.
Timmis clears the ball away. Not that Holroyd would have seen that one. A ball to the far post. Keeper has to come and deal with that one right under his crossbar, which he does well. We'll read through the teams again, starting with the Salford City squad. Like I said, there has been 3 changes. Number 3, Collins, 21, Jones, and 10, Walsh have been replaced. But it's Rose in goal, Kernan, Rydell, Timmis, Bartram, Smith, Pedro, Finley, Shepherd, Berry, and Carr. They are the players on the pitch for the Ammies, as Fleetwood look to try and play out again too calmly for my liking, and I'm sure Simon Wiles and Steve McCauley down in the Fleetwood Town dugout or technical area. But Fleetwood get their game underway.
You've got to clear that,
yeah.
Boric. Got to take your medicine sometimes.
Certainly do, just clear the way, even though it's not pretty, but it's a long strike, a long range strike at goal, should I say, from Anton Smith, but safe hands from Borwick, wearing the all green for Fleetwood, and Feeney, the under 16 England international, looks to play out from the back, and Wilson just has to deal with that one when it's bobbling all over the pitch. Back out to Batch now, on with his right foot finds.
That's a good pass by Batch.
Smith. I used to say number 9, not number 7, due to the FA Youth Cup games, but I'll deal with that one as Sam Burgess gets closed down by Shepherd on this near side. And looking at Fleetwood's 11, there's no changes as we're aware of, so it's a Borwick in goal, Sam Bird playing at right back, Billy Batch at left back, with Josh Feeney and Lewis Patterson the two centre halves. Covey Smith wearing the number 7 out on the left hand side, with Keane Hayes on the opposite flank, with Enoch Takpe, the striker, with the 3 in midfield of Sean Sittol, Ben Thompson and Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson wearing the number 16 shirt for the Cod Army this afternoon, as the ball goes out wide to Batch, who's just got to keep the ball here and keep the game ticking as Patterson looks for that.
Great spot by Lewis.
Definitely is.
Great touch by Hayes.
Again, defenders just don't want to touch him, do they? One player's already on the other card, and I thought he got through the man first before getting the ball, but the referee is in a better position than me, so I'll trust his eyes and instincts on that one, as Sam Bird looks to close down Salford, which I
think as well, one of Keane's qualities that gets overlooked is his willingness, when he loses the ball or gets tackled, to jump straight back up and try and win it back.
Yep.
And I think it goes unnoticed because obviously his quality is with the ball at his feet and running. But, you know, he's always willing to get back up and try and win that ball back, as Sittol's just done there very well.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll come back and speak regarding that. Again, it comes to the attitude of players and the willingness to win the ball. But Sittol does really well to spin his defender. But, again, good defending there by the Salford City full-back. I think it was Kernan there. I think he's switched flanks to the left side now, as it's Rose now who will get Salford back on the way in the 53rd minute of the game. But it's still Fleetwood 2, Salford 0. And as I said before, it's great to have still so many of you watching the stream on this Friday afternoon. Many of you working, and obviously, like I said before, we've got a few fans or family members from Fleetwood in the stadium to our right, as Fleetwood have to deal with this one, as it is by Patterson.
I can just see a message there, Andrea Laycock. No matter what the score, boys, you've done Fleetwood Town FC proud, and she's spot on there. Andrea's one of our staff at Poolfoot. Does all the cleaning and make sure the lads tidy up after themselves. But fantastic person, Andrea, and like I say, this is for everyone connected with the club, and certainly she falls into that category. She'll be absolutely delighted these lads have gone and won this league.
Yeah, definitely. I've said before, it's down to the players, their families as well, for their dedication to getting players to training and all this stuff. But it also goes, as I said there, about Andrew and other people at the club, that if things aren't done behind the scenes that Andrew might do or other staff, that these players don't have that platform or the foundations to go and be the best version of themselves they can be. And again, as you said, that's just credit to everyone involved at the football club. Well,
that's absolutely right, and you have, like you say, so many different ingredients in terms of staff and people behind the scenes who do so much for these players and so much for the club. It's a real team effort, and some people obviously do go under the radar, and the likes of people that, you know, do stuff behind the scenes, like as you mentioned there, Ange and Gabby at the accommodation. Make sure the boys are up and fed, and listen, we could go on and on and on, but there's so many staff and so many cogs in the wheel to make it turn smoothly. And like I say,
Hayes again, sorry to interrupt. It's a good strike at goal and beats the keeper through his legs into the bottom corner. And Hayes, he's having a field day here against Salford, as Fleetwood Town are 3 goals to the good against Salford. What a goal, Scott.
Unbelievable. And like I said at the start of the second half, Hayes is having the time of his life out there. And once he gets his confidence up he starts producing even more magic. And as we know how important confidence is in the game of football, but he is definitely one of them players that once he starts getting a bit of success, then there's just more to come. And he'll have enjoyed that goal, which is his second of the day. And now he'll want to make sure that Mr. Wiles doesn't take him off so he can get a hat-trick.
He can't do that. He'll be cruel. He'll be a man not to be messed with if he makes that decision. But I'm sure he'll keep him on. Obviously, just setting up to our left, maybe just off camera, the EFL boards and the stand which the trophy will be on will be set up ready for the presentation after the game, as Sam Bird keeps the ball in after his tackle, which is now with Salford's number 8, Smith, who looks to find Timison there, and he looks to find his teammate again. It's a nice turn, and again maybe looking for that one, but he does enough there, Scott, to win his side a free kick in what again is another dangerous area. Yeah,
I thought it was a free kick, to be fair, but just going back to what we were talking about before about people who are, you know, behind the scenes and, you know, under the radar, I think it's important that you mention Steve McCauley, who's been Simon Wiles' assistant, even though he's our physio at the academy. And Mac has been at this football club in various roles, assistant manager when they were in the non-league, physio, academy coach, 18s assistant coach. So he's seen all sorts of different ups and downs at this football club, mainly ups. But his knowledge and experience around Simon Wiles is a fantastic, plus for us as a club, as an academy, and sure he'll be delighted.
Shepherd with the free kick low and hard into the Fleetwood Town wall there. The red wall stood very firm as Hayes, look at this, is what we were talking about before, is chasing down a lost cause, never gives up, and that comes down to the attitude of Salford. Smith now on that far side looking to drive at Patterson, and Patterson, no nonsense defending there as he clears the ball out for a Salford throw-in.
Yeah, and the thing is that when you see someone like Keane doing it and Covey doing it, which is part of their game, it's infectious. Look at Thompson now, because all of a sudden you see other people start to do it and they see it. So like I say, it spreads across the team, that work rate and ethic.
Kernan with the ball in the box. He came in on his right foot to deliver that one, and Pedro gets ahead to it but can't guide it goalwards. It's Fleetwood to get the game underway. Andrew says thanks Scott for the obviously for the words there. We said Beryl.
Absolutely no problem, Andrea.
Beryl Laycock, she's watching the stream at home, I'm assuming. Beryl, I hope you're well, from everyone at Fleetwood Town Football Club, and we're looking forward to seeing you back in Highbury, hopefully next season with obviously the national lockdown and COVID rules going. So she says, can we have him in the first team? Obviously referring to Keane Hayes. He has made, I think, one appearance for the first team.
Great defending by young Batch there. I mean, he's remonstrating with the linesman, but he defended well there, you know. And he is quite quick, Billy. He's going to get a talking to by Mr. Reeves here. I think it's just frustration. Just be a little, you know, watch yourself. But he defended so well, it's just probably frustration that he didn't get the decision go his way. A little bit far away. It looked to me like a corner. But Billy is closer to me. Closer to the ball, sorry.
Smith with the ball into the box, and nice claim by the Fleetwood Town goalkeeper. And as we're saying, Billy Batch is a nice man off the field of play, but as we maybe saw there, can have his other side, which again you do need in football. So he'll hopefully get the decision next time it comes his way, as Fleetwood look to go long down the line. 59 minutes played in this EFL Youth Alliance League Northwest fixture between Fleetwood and Salford, as Pedro looks to try and get on the end of this one. And
brilliantly read by Feeney there. Read
well,
the danger, got himself across, and snuffed the threat out. And he's showed up well today, Josh. He's done what he's needed to do. Defended well in terms of from set pieces for us with headers. Been comfortable in possession, you know, and read some danger as well, as he just showed.
sure Batch will be arguing again, not getting that decision as Fleetwood look to chase down the ball, and Feeney again does so well to read that ball into the striker and get a toe to it as Thompson now drives forward.
Lovely by Hayes.
Step over by Hayes allows Bird to drive forward, but he decides to come inside to Sitol. I think he just kind of bobbled before he was hitting it, which meant it was on the hit, and Salford
Look at Hayes.
drive forward.
Look at Hayes working back.
I thought the first one was a free kick, and Salford don't get anything here as Hayes back defending now, doing everything for Fleetwood Town this afternoon as Patterson goes wide to Batch, who decides to go back to the goalkeeper, and Borwick switches the play to Hayes, and Sitol wins the flick on, but there's no Fleetwood Town players driving forward as it's Sam Carr now to bring Salford forward. And just looking like 3 players, Scott, looking to go through the last minute drills, whether it's warm-ups and making sure they know where they should be on set pieces. Yeah,
absolutely. They'll have every box covered, Wiles and Macaulay, and they'll just be going through what their roles will be when they enter the field. But yeah, we're going to see young Rafi, we're going to see Danny Edwards, and we're going to see Mr. Collins. So delighted to see them on the pitch. I think they're just trying to work out who's where.
I don't know why the referee hasn't given the advantage. Wasn't a long advantage there, but Salford do have possession here. Keane Hayes again winning the ball for Fleetwood, but it does go out for a Salford throw, which Kernan will take the way in the number 2. And going to be, I said, 3 changes. It's going to be coming off the field of play is Sitol gets I said a handshake and a hug from his manager. Also coming off the field of play looks like Ben Thompson. And Kobe Smith will be the 3rd and final change for Fleetwood, and obviously that's going to see Danny Edwards, Akil Rafi and Joe Collins come onto the field of play. Just see what they can make of this game, as their side are already 3 goals to the good after 62 minutes played. Apologies for the clock looking slightly different to usual football one, but unfortunately the budget couldn't go that far, as we were saying before. But yeah, so bear with it. It will be an hour and 2 minutes, so 62 minutes on the clock for
another good run by Hayes there. Shame about the shot, which drifted over the bar, but again beat 2 men and got a shot away.
Edwards there looking to bring the full. That's a fantastic pass to Collins now on his favoured right foot. That's a striker goal. It hits the post, and nearly an instant impact from the substitute as Feeney wins that header, and that would have been a great time to for him to get on the score sheet, but also timing in terms of the substitution.
Yeah, did everything right as well. Collins, great pass by Wilson, defence splitting, and Collins did everything right, went across the goalkeeper and it comes back off the post.
If only it went near post, Scott, as we were saying before, maybe it might have gone through. But Hayes just switched flanks now to allow Collins to be on his side. It's a ball into the back post for Sam Bird, but
well, they've all had an impact straight away. The subs, Collins obviously unlucky not to score. Edwards has had a few touches. I think that's obviously helps when they come on at 3-0 up, and the kind of spade work's been done. Yeah, unlucky not to make another goal count there for Collins. Be nice to have seen that gone in for Joe.
Definitely would have been a turn for Salford, and cleared away by Harry Wilson, and looks like Salford might be making another change. Diego Garley wearing the number 18 shirt, as Rydell drives forward with Fleetwood Town players all over his back. He does well to find Pedro now, who's turned. Looks to try and find his teammate again, but he's closed out by the men in red. And Smith to take the throw in. Pedro holds the ball up so well. Patterson clears the ball away from danger, and it's back to Smith, who finds Pedro now in the 20 yards out from goal. Picks out Shepherd, but it...
Great tackle by Wilson.
Great determination there, and it's Rafi now to drive forward. He's got options left and right, but he looks to find Collins, who just can't quite get the touch under control, and he's drifted out wide, but he's got options in and around him. He drives forward into the box. Looks to go to the edge of it now to Danny Edwards. Strike at goal.
Oh,
I think the goalkeeper or defender got a nick
think
on that one.
I think the keeper, Sam. But a great driving run there by Akil Rafi after a fantastic tackle by Wilson. And then I just think Joe should have stayed wide for the pass to be slid to him. But he came inside, and that's when he kind of got his feet muddled. But listen, he recovered well and then got the ball into central area for Edwards to get his shot away. And the keeper, I think, made a fine save there.
It's going to be a corner for Fleetwood. Played short, whipped in near post, headed away by Timmis. Oh, Bash does well to win the side of the ball as Finley was chasing down again another lost cause there. Comment here, Elliot Hardthorpe says, come on Salford, the best team in the world. Polly Owen says, come on Fleetwood, and Lucy Bird and her class are still watching the game in their school. It's Friday, let them have the day off by watching the Fleetwood Town under-18s.
Nice touch.
Playing. Again, hope everyone's enjoying the stream. Get your comments coming. We'll try and read out as many as we can throughout the game. And as I said at the start, if you've only just joined us, there will be a presentation at the end of the game for Fleetwood, who won the league after a 2-1 victory away at Shrewsbury Town in their last fixture. As that man who's probably man of the match, Hayes, with 2 goals this afternoon, he got the winner with just over 10 minutes of play in that game. And with results going their way, it was sewed up before the final game, so they've been able to enjoy themselves. But it's a long-range strike at goal from Ben Rydell. Didn't quite catch it as well as he would have liked to, but again, safe hands from the goalkeeper. Rick Gilby again, the future's bright, the future's Fleetwood. Watching Fleetwood score 3, it's been a few months since I could say that. Well done lads, he says there.
I seem to recognise that name.
Yeah, he's one of these, maybe on the Cod Army chat on the Facebook. He's very, I say vocal in a good way on social media, is Rick. As the ball goes out on midway inside Fleetwood's half, which Batch will take the throw. We've played just over 67 minutes in, and this one is going to be 2 more changes to Salford, which Diego Gali, number 18, and Donovan Lescott.
Change for Fleetwood as well. I think young Barrett is going to enter the fray, which is lovely.
11.
Great kid, Sam.
Just going to go through. It's Pedro and Finley, I believe, who have gone off for Salford, being replaced by number 18 Garley and 17 Lescott, who is it right? Is it the son of Jolyon?
Yes,
Scott,
that's
yeah,
right.
who said before, just making sure I get the relationship right between those two.
I think he's quite a different player to his dad. His dad was a defender. I think he's a winger, as I remember rightly.
Yeah, he's drifted on that far side, hasn't he?
I seem to recall him being in Bury's academy before, unfortunately, that folded.
Again,
and obviously he's found himself at Salford now.
Again, Fleetwood, obviously awful circumstances, but Fleetwood have been able to gain from that as well, with certain players coming through, and Ben Thompson's one of those who has gone off the field of play. But again, he's another one who's signed his first professional contract with the club in recent weeks. So a big congratulations to him. But it's Feeney now on the ball. He's got time and space to drive Fleetwood forward. And another player who, as we said earlier, has got some first team experience under his belt. Yes, being on the bench, but again, you can't beat travelling with the first team, being in and around the squad, and hopefully getting your break, which I'm sure he will do in the not too distant future, as Lescott now looks to play the ball forward. It's a nice little chip over, and looks like a little nudge there from Batch, but Lescott picks up the ball again, which Timmis looks to again drive Salford forward, but can't quite get into that one, and it's up to Takpe to leave the ball alone with an offside position.
And I think what's important as well for me, Sam, watching this, is Fleetwood are obviously a good side, got good players, but the thing that sticks out to you today is the work rate. they work so hard collectively and individually, and good teams have that, and it has to be a mark of teams that they work so hard with and without the ball. And that's a lovely touch.
Yeah,
Young Sam Barrett getting the captain's armband. Fantastic.
There'll be a slight change, whether they go in 3 at the back and pushing the 2 full-backs into wing-back positions. And
they are indeed.
We'll go through and make sure we know of him, but Tapia there with a great performance. He's the one who came off the field of play to be replaced by Sam Barrett. He's now, as Scott says, got the captain armband for the rest of the game.
So, nice touch for that, for Sam, because obviously he'll be the one to lift the trophy, which is lovely.
Salford looking to get a goal back into this game as he can't quite get it, and Barrett gets his first touch on that far side, playing on the left of the 3 in the centre half. Wilson back to Barrett, back to the goalkeeper he goes to keep possession for his side, and I'm not sure if that got a deflection as well, as Lescott looks to drive forward, but Wilson will not let him turn.
Again, the support there off Edwards. Great work rate.
That's a
looks
great
up,
ball as well.
Puts it in Collins' path.
He's got options around if he can pick him out, and he looks to the back heel to Sam Bird, but the defender read that superbly well, and Feeney, again, we said before, so calm and composed on the ball. But Fleetwood just can't keep possession when it's in midfield, and they go out wide now to keep possession, Salford, and it's a long crossfield pass which Feeney just chests down and says, give me the ball every time, I'll happily bring you guys into play. But that pass by Akil Rafferty was just a little bit too firm, should I say, for Collins to get any contact on the ball. But it's going to be Carr to go back to the goalkeeper. Rydell switches the play to his centre half. He looked like he slipped there under the pressure from Fleetwood, and again that high press, one person goes and it sets that trigger, but Carr does well outside of the boot. But Feeney again reads the ball well. He did
indeed, and he's been good today, young Feeney, as he recovers and tidies up again.
What amazes me, Scott, is he doesn't look he's tall, but he's not the biggest in terms of the width of him. But I'm sure that'll come as he grows up and matures even more and gets in the gym, I'm sure. But again, for the size of him, he's got a great strength.
Absolutely. You know, and it's something that will have been worked on within the academy by the sports science and medical staff. But like you say, there's still a lot of growing there for him to do. But yeah, he's a fantastic talent, and he seems to be doing everything right and everything by the book and listening to the right people at the club. And long may it continue.
Definitely, we've had see what happens here as Fleetwood close down, doing what Salford had done to them. I'm sure
absolutely brilliant.
Maradona would have been proud of.
I think he thinks he's playing up front there, but anyway.
But that, again, we'll come back to that, my point, in a second, as Hayes now looking to grab his 3rd goal of the game. It's a nice through ball. Fleetwood still got it. Collins wasn't aware, I didn't think, that the ball was there after miscontrolled by the Salford defender, but they look to drive forward now. I think the referee's playing advantage, but that's a great tackle by
young Barrett.
And again,
he's starting it now.
They're enjoying themselves this afternoon.
I think we need to put these defenders up front.
I remember the always grassroots games, the final game of the season, defenders went up top,
yeah,
and the strikers came back in defence, and someone would try themselves in goal and have an absolute howler. But at the end of the day, on a serious note, this is a kind of a professional game with the EFL Youth Alliance League, and I know they're enjoying themselves and pulling out the tricks and flicks. But that again just comes down to the confidence, Scott, that they've got, and being 3-0 up, in some respects, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I think you know, there's a right time to do things, and at 3-0 in the last game of the season, it's not the worst time to do it, certainly. But listen, they've earned the right to enjoy themselves for the last part of this game. You know, they're going to lift the trophy, which is incredible, but you know, they're going to enjoy the last 15 minutes. Excuse me. By having some nice possession and maybe trying a few things they wouldn't normally do.
Rafi with a strike at goal, which is blocked and picked up by Feeney, but the ball's back out to Sam Bird now, who wants to drift inside if he can do, and the overlay's there, but he's just put a little bit off balance there, and the pass doesn't quite find his intended target as Salford look to play out with Carr, and it's got a touch off a red boot, I thought, so he didn't have to play that one out, but the drop of the shoulder, and Diego Gali was on the floor, didn't read that one, as Scott said, after 26 games, and this one's concluded. Fleetwood have deserved to be crowned champions of their league. As I said before, won it in their penultimate game of the season away at Shrewsbury. Patterson with the ball into the channels, which again, you don't mind that as the defender turns, and Batch can't quite keep that one in play, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Nathan Kane says, come on, birdie boy. Noel Finnegan says, well done, lads. And Greg Barnes says, shout out to Lucas Berry from Singapore. He thinks it's going to be the next Vidic. Obviously, the
high praise indeed.
Well-known former Manchester United defender. And it's going to be Greg Barnes, the team of sports, throwing on the far side, just edging inside Fleetwood. So it looked like a bit of a foul throw there, but the referee hasn't seen it, and one that Danny Edwards looks to keep up. And Hayes with his pass with his right foot, not his strongest, but it sets Collins away. He's going to try and drive, and good defending there. He's holding him up, but it's found Bird with his left foot strike at goal, but it's blocked out. He did score, Scott, didn't he, in the FA Youth Cup, the last fixture, I think, against the Bristol City. Looping header over the goalkeeper there.
Yes, remember that well.
Trying to get on the score sheet again.
Yeah, another one, Sam, that's been on a great journey here at this football club. Had a very, very good season. You know, made some appearances in and around the 23s. You know, played in the Clitheroe Cup recently. So he'll be delighted with his efforts, and so he should be.
And again, we can't, whilst we're on the topic of Sam Bird, he's another one that, along with many others we spoke about, who has signed their first professional contract, and again, just great attitude and great willingness to learn on and off the pitch as a person, as a player. And again, I keep saying the word credit to himself, but he's a huge credit to himself, but also his family, who I know are watching this game, or his sister is.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, yeah, fantastic family. His dad, Simon, very, very supportive, and his mother. Remember him bringing them when he was under 15 with us. But yeah, I mean, listen, all these boys have got fantastic support networks through the family and friends. Oh, it's a great ball as well by Sam.
Oh, defender just gets a touch on there.
But yeah, just obviously concentrating on Sam. The young lad that came to us as Hayes goes through.
He's not passing this one at strike at goal, but it's high, wide into the memorial stand, and one the goalkeeper will take from the 6-yard box.
But yeah, like you say, I think he gets a fair bit of stick as well, young Sam. I think he likes to give it out as well, but yeah, Firmino, I think they like to call him. Chase to do with his teeth.
But it's Salford who looking to break. 78 minutes gone in this game. Can Salford get a goal back in this game? It's Timmis now who looks to try and find a teammate. He's fallen out wide to the number 14 for Salford, Tom Shepherd. He's managed to toe poke that under the goalkeeper of Jonathan Borwick and find the far corner of the goal. Scott, it's Fleetwood 3, Salford 1.
Yeah, and they'll be disappointed there, Fleetwood. They would have loved a clean sheet, especially for Borsam. They worked that well. Great final pass before the finish. Slightly taints the performance, but I don't think they'll matter once the whistle goes.
No, I completely agree, but that clean sheet would have been a nice cherry on top of the icing, or icing on top of the cake, whichever phrase you prefer. Well, there's going to be a retake this one, as Salford very eager to maybe still spoil the party here at Highbury. Home of Fleetwood Town. As a long ball over the top finds Joe Collins. He's got only Hayes in the box, and he's got to wait for the option Left foot cross to the far post, doesn't find Billy Batch, doesn't even find Danny Edwards when it arrives for him, but it's Lescott now to drive Salford forward. He's got options to his left, which the goal scorer, Shepherd, he's got Feeney to deal with now. He's going to probably go on his left foot with the angle, but he's done superbly well to get in the box, and for me, the referee's got a decision to make there. He's pointing down.
Well,
I'm not sure what he's given here.
Confused here.
I thought he was pointing to the penalty spot the way his first signal was, but he's actually pointing for a goal kick. I do think there was a clip of the heels. We'll have to watch back an actual stream, which is it's just gone past, to be fair. But to me, it would look like a penalty, and Collins turns his defender, but doesn't bring the ball with him. It's going to be Kernan who will take the throw in right in front of us here. Feeney with the header. Linda Cohen-Peel says, man of the match, Sam Bird for his performance. Carlos Clark says, come on Tom, you beauty. Obviously talking about Tom Shepherd's goal to get Salford off the mark in this game.
It's difficult to look past Hayes for man of the match. He's been good, but listen, the team played well. Wilson, Feeney, you know, Sitol did well when he was on there, and Batch has been, you know, good, and Patterson, after a few nervy moments at the start, has been comfortable. But yeah, listen, Sam Bird, I mean, he'd go through the team, I suppose, but good performance and worthy of a team that's just about to win the league.
Mark Alsford, great to watch the game online from Australia, so we're definitely going global as Hayes now looks to come inside on his left foot, but it's good defending by...
Well, I'm not sure how it wasn't a corner.
Yeah,
but
I'm thinking that the same thing as you, but again, we'll give the officials the benefit of the doubt. They're a lot closer to the play than us. As Garley looks to bring in the player who came on the field, Lescott. And they're still looking to try and get a second goal, which could make it a nervy last few minutes for Fleetwood, as Kernan now drives forward past Joe Collins, but Collins gets the right side of him now, and referee just says hold on there, playing a slight advantage for the away side, as Smith now looks to try and find that ball down the middle, and lose control by Garley, but Kernan does really well to recycle possession now, with Shepherd now on this near side, drifting inside the box. He did well before to get through and find space, but it's fallen to the edge of the box. It's a
great strike, good save.
That goal, as Scott says, but it's an even better and matched save by Jonathan Borwick, the Fleetwood Town goalkeeper. Again, Salford's... Sorry, Scott, go on.
I think Fleetwood have just took the foot off the gas. There's no disrespect to Salford, but they're trying to take advantage. But that was a great strike from Rydell on the edge of the box, and you know, Boz there has seen it and made a good save.
It's going to be a corner for Salford to whip this ball in right under the nose of the goalkeeper. It's headed away by Sam Bird, but it's fallen onto the edge of the box to Shepherd again, looking to maybe get it, but it's a ball whipped into the box again by Anton Smith, but it's Billy Batch who this time sends the ball out for a corner.
Well, the last thing Fleetwood want now is to concede again, and then they've got another you know, period towards the end of the game where they want to enjoy it, being nervy, and then, you know, the unthinkable of them pegging back to get a draw. But just need to just show a bit of composure here, Fleetwood, and see this little bit of pressure out.
Under the near post, I say, which was cleared away by Batch, and again Salford look to come forward. Shepherd now with the... You can see what he's trying to do there. He's looking to that dink right at the far post for the attackers to try and head the ball goalwards, but the execution on the pass / cross wasn't there. Just to go through the goal scorers for those who are just asking in the comments. It was first goal came from Hayes in the 38th minute of the game, and Sean Sittle grabbed a second for the Cod Army with a minute before half time, and then Hayes made it 2 for him in the afternoon and 3 for Fleetwood after in the 55th minute of the match, and then Tom Shepherd with a Salford's only goal of the game so far coming in the 78th minute. But Fleetwood, as I said, Scott was saying before, just taking the foot off the gas here, as Danny Edwards now with acres of space to maybe try and shoot, but he looks at Collins, who does well to try and get a toe on that one, but now sets Salford free, and it's up to Patterson to deal with the ball, and he certainly does, and like Feeney before, calm and composed. He's trying his full-back, but Bird doesn't keep hold of that one. Feeney, again, superb from the young defender there. Wilson into Bird, who just fouled there as he's played the ball, and on the far side now, as you can see, with Batch to Edwards. Shouts of two-touch from manager Simon Wiles, as a nice drop of the shoulder there from Harry Wilson, drives him forward, and that was nearly a great pass going forward. Don't know if you're choking on chocolate orange, which I gladly provided the press box with today.
I think I've gone in too heavy there. Oh dear, dear, dear.
Always get caught out live on live television, but ball whipped into the box. It's headed away by the Salford defender, and it's loose from Danny Edwards there. And it's a ball that Lescott can get onto. It's a ball that Sam Barrett can definitely get a tackle in on, and it's going to be a Salford throw-in. Just approaching their half, but the referee's just going to stop this here as the number 8 for the Armies, Smith, just gone down. Let's see the physio come onto the field of play.
Waved her on quite quickly there, so I hope he's okay.
Doesn't seem in pain, does he? Which is always a good sign. But whether it's a muscular, he's just holding either this hamstring or the back of his kind of knee, if that makes sense to the viewers. I think it's more of a. We'll see more when he turns around, but it's potentially knee. He's not walking too gingerly, which is always a good sign. Tyler Dodd here, Josh Feeney, unreal again, quality player on and off the ball. Great work rate as well, buzzing for him to be involved with the first team. Tyler, part of the Fleetwood Town Community Sports College programme. If you don't mind saying, trying to take my job as a commentator with his work, helping with the local PDPL district finals. Great to see everyone watching the stream. As I said before, we will be live for the presentation that Fleetwood will receive for winning the league, but it's still got 3.5 minutes to play here, and the ball into the box, which I think it's just a coming together there, Scott, wasn't it? No penalties or
can't be having
no
penalties
claims
for that. I think the defender had his eye on the ball and just collided.
Salford still trying to play their way out of danger. Ball across here to find Curden now on the ball. Right in front of us. That's just a little bit late there. Wilson giving him some seconds. Long ball down the line for the Armies, which Shepherd will look to get onto, but only to be denied an offside by the official on the far side. Didn't seem to agree with the decision, did the winger, but the linesman and the referee aren't going to change their minds with 2.5 minutes to play in this Youth Alliance League Northwest fixture between Fleetwood Town and Salford City, the under-18s of both of the first teams. Fleetwood.
I think it's worth as well, Sam. Obviously, we've mentioned the amount of hard work that's gone in, and the staff and the players, and rightly so. But I think you've also got to, an admiring look towards the club and what they saw when they decided they wanted to build an academy, and obviously this is now bearing fruit with these players and these performances and these contracts that are being handed out, which is all success. But I know the club will be absolutely delighted to have won this competition, this league, this trophy. But like I say, there's a lot of vision, and there's a lot of people that have put some, long hours in to get this to where it is today. And obviously, you see the end result on the pitch, but there's been a lot of work off the pitch to put this in place.
Definitely, there's obviously Fleetwood Town fans watching this stream. Obviously, the retain list was announced yesterday. A few players leaving, experienced players, and that, Scott, in some ways gives the chance for players in the under-23s. I'll come back to in a second whether there's a chance here, but it's come off a Salford head out for a goal kick. And coming back to my point that what the club from the outside it potentially looks like is they want a bit more of a pathway I know there has been a great pathway so far, but even more so now for players like Feeney, like Hayes, who's had some experience in the first team, and even some of the ones who've got first-time contracts, professional contracts this year, is to try and push themselves and be assets to the club, I think, more than anything, because again, at League One level, there's only so much money that come through, and if you can nurture and get players ready, like Simi James Hill playing, I'm guessing 30-odd matches for the first team this season, it can only be a great experience for those players as well, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ball bobbling there for Sam Barrett, but his left field crossed. Looks to find Dan Edwards, but he puts his arm out to appreciate the pass, but his control wasn't on par with the pass, shall we say, as we going into injury time here. 90 minutes up. Can't imagine it being too long unless the referee's going to play the full time with the substitutes being made. I think every sub-bar. Eastham's not come on the field to play, but I'm sure he'll have plenty of games next season, being just in his first year with Fleetwood Town.
And he's had a good first season, Connor. Obviously played quite a lot as well, and played in the Youth Cup games, and then you know, he's definitely played his part in this this title-winning team, and he'll be delighted. I think today was you know, about putting Boz in between the sticks, deservedly so today, for the final game.
Yeah, I'm not sure why the referee didn't bring it back there for the foul on Patterson there. They're obviously a bit late, and then the officials given the offside. I'm not sure why, but we're into the kind of dying embers of the game here between Fleetwood and Salford. The Cod Army are I'll say 2 goals to the good with a 3-1 scoreline. As Lescott looks to bring the ball, but that's again, even at the late stages, Fleetwood really putting the pressure on Salford as the ball switched play, and Sam Bird eyes on the ball all the way across the pitch. It was, and it will be Timmis to throw this one. Now he's going to leave it for his full-back, Kernan. Rydell now loose.
Brilliant again by Feeney. Here he goes.
It's a shame Hayes is about 20
like
yards
a Tony
to the
Adams
side.
moment, this.
Finds Dan Edwards now. We know he's got a good left foot strike at goal. He does.
Oh,
and that
fantastic.
is what Fleetwood would have wanted to end the game on a high. As in injury time, it's substitute Danny Edwards with the calm and composed finish. Scott, it's Fleetwood 4, Salford 1.
Well, listen, that just, I suppose, puts the cherry on top of the cake. You know, fantastic goal. Get to have the last word. Atones for not having the clean sheet, but fantastic by Feeney. Weight of passing to Edwards, his run, and then Danny's done the rest and applied a finish across the goalkeeper low into the bottom corner. So, you know, just puts the if you like, seal on a fantastic day for the club.
Again, a fantastic season in respects as well. Like I said, I think this will be their 19th win of the campaign. 26 games are played in the competition with 14 teams in it. Obviously looking at Rochdale, Carlisle, Blackpool, Preston, Bolton, Shrewsbury, Salford, Walsall, Morecambe, Accrington, Tranmere, Oldham and Port Vale. And like I said, just to finish the game on that note, which we've got an injury to a Salford player at the moment. He's down, I think it's number 4. Rydell. But again, just a fantastic move for Fleetwood, and that's what Wiles and the rest of his coaching staff and the players who wanted, wouldn't it? Just they've probably been under the cosh for the last 25-30 minutes of the game, but to end it on a high note, and that's what they wanted. Yeah,
absolutely. He'll be delighted, Simon. He'll be a bit disappointed with the cleaved, but listen, I think it's not the end of the world today, of all days. And he'll just be delighted that these players can enjoy the final whistle and the celebrations and lifting of the trophy. And there's some parents been allowed in today, which is fantastic. I know that the club have worked with the EFL on that, so it's nice to be able to them to share this moment with their sons. There's also some of our under-16s that have been signed to the football club, also watching on to share in the celebration. And also there's just a couple of lads who are probably nursing a few knocks. First years in the stand, I can see young Fenton and young Wallace, and they played their part in this too. Real team effort in the winning of this trophy.
Yeah, definitely. Apologies if some signal just left the stream, or it froze for a second, but we seem to be back now as Bird looks to pick out Rafi. He's got a fantastic delivery and just not enough there to find Collins, but it's Edwards now. Can he get his second of the game and join Hayes on it? Well, Hayes maybe get his hat-trick, but it's a loose touch by the the star man of this performance, along with the rest of his teammates. As Bird now looks to drive into the Salford penalty area, maybe looking for that leg that was sticking out, but it's Shepherd to find Kernan, very composed at the back. As it just goes out for a Fleetwood Town throw, just inside their own half. The referee again looking at his watch. We've played 5 minutes of added on time here, can't be much longer. And Fleetwood will look to kind of finish the game off with possession as Borwick goes long to find a Salford head, and Feeney with
there we are.
Touch there, and as Scott says, there we are. It's the referee's blown his whistle. It's finished. Fleetwood Town 4, Salford City 1 in the under-18s Youth Alliance League Northwest fixture between the two teams, and it's been a great fixture. Scott, we'll go through the scores, and I'm sure there'll be comments coming in from all the Fleetwood fans. We've got Linda again saying, "Come on, Fleetwood." Sam Bird, that's my boy. Beryl says, "Yeah, what a team, up the young Cods." And Mark Alsford with the hands up emoji. So great performance by Fleetwood. The goal scorers, Keane Hayes, got Fleetwood Town underway, opened the deadlock in the 38th minute of the game with a lovely Clogs Reigns finish after great move down Fleetwood's left, and Sean Sittall doubled the Cod Army's lead just before half-time with a curling effort away from the goalkeeper, and Hayes 10 minutes after the break made it 3 goals to the good. But it was Tom Shepherd who looked like he might look into, and his team, to spoil the party with a consolation goal 22 minutes from time, but it was Danny Edwards' goal late on to make it 4-1 to the Cod Army. That makes it all 3 points for Fleetwood. That means they will finish the campaign playing 26, won 19, drawn 1, lost 6, finishing on 58 points for the season. Fantastic achievement. 4 points better off than Rochdale, who finished in second.
Yeah, and I suppose it goes back to whatever level you win leagues at. It's a true test, isn't it? You play over all different seasons. You start off in the summer, you go into autumn, there's winter, worse pitches, different injuries, there's all sorts of factors. So to stay the course, is testament to these players and staff. And like I say, there's a lot of hard work gone in, and now it's time to enjoy what they've earned by lifting the trophy.
I guess it'd be quite emotional scenes. I'm just seeing some of the players in the dugouts kind of hug each other, because as we said at the start of the stream, that this is probably going to be the last time that this group of players plays together, and it's a moment that they've got to enjoy, and a moment that I'm sure they'll keep for many years to come. Yeah,
they'll never forget this moment, and they'll never forget these 2 years that they've had. But I mean, even just seeing there the red and white on the trophy, I mean, it's incredible to think that they didn't have an academy 5-6 years ago, and now we're looking at them winning league titles. Absolutely unbelievable. So proud of a lot of people here, including the players. But I mean, this is just for everyone, isn't it? It's for the parents, it's for their journeys they've been on with the kids since they first started kicking a ball when they were very, very young. And this is the start for some of them. For some of them, it'll take them on a different course. Those that unfortunately didn't get awarded a contract, but they'll be fine. They've had a good education previously to coming in here, and they've continued that under Wiles' tutelage. So for me, they'll enjoy this, they'll never forget it, and they'll all go on to be better people and players for the experience.
Yeah, definitely. Not really a time to think about the negatives of players who might not be staying, but Let's listen to Rod if you can hear him on the PA screen.
All being presented with the Youth Alliance Trophy.
I thought he was going to say a little bit more there, Rod. He's normally a man of many words, but as a player goes up, Batch, Collins, Hayes, Patterson, Bird, Smith, Hoyle, Raffy, Edwards, Borwick. Can't see the other two lads, to be fair. I think it's Connor Easton there.
And I think we've got, is it Jake Wallace there?
Yeah, Jake Wallace, Sitol,
Yeah.
Takpay, and finally the man of the moment.
Sam Barrett, fantastic touch. He'll get to lift that trophy.
I was going to debate whether he's going to do the
He might be doing the Jordan Henderson.
Yeah.
Oh.
Champions season 2021, Fleetwood Town.
Great scenes here at Highbury Stadium. They might have broken the board there. I'm not sure the EFL would be too pleased, but chance of Champions as just sometimes Scott, you've just got to let the outside audio just speak and the pitches do the speaking
Dave
for
Robertson's on hand there with Will Watt to fix it straight away. They might have to do some work on the stadium if they're that good at moving that quickly.
But like I said, the scenes there, I've seen you on your phone, and that's something that take more kind of personal to you, that you'll look back at this time as hopefully the first of many to come for Fleetwood Town under 18s going forward.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
look at that.
You know,
that's fantastic, isn't it?
Absolutely brilliant.
And what the players in the dugouts, ones who are kind of under 16s or everyone involved.
Rafi's getting a soak in. But it's great as well for the young lads that are obviously going to be the next generation, so to speak, or next intake that they're watching this and get a taste for that winning mentality and what it means and the effort and hard work that's gone in. But yeah, it's quite surreal actually watching it, thinking that all the, like I said, the hard work by various people has gone into creating this squad of players that have obviously now been victorious in winning the league.
I think the baby we were keeping asleep with our commentary, and Samwell's wife as well will be going down to the pitch to celebrate as a man. I know we spoke before, and it's not just him, it's a team effort, but for him to kind of combine two roles in one in some respects, of being in the first team for a number of, a few months, and then to come back and take over the reins and oversee the job that he started off doing. It's just that I know Wiles on a personal level, you know him on a personal level, and it's just look at the scene, even just the family. It's not just the group of players, it's the support from his wife and his family as well that he'll enjoy, I'm sure. Unbelievable,
and he deserves it all. He's a great lad, and even there, the players, look at that, taking the little kids from the accommodation. That's a fantastic touch. Brilliant, and shows what the lads are about. But yeah, going back to Simon Wiles, he deserves everything. He works so hard, never stops trying to get better as a person and as a coach. And I think that was, I think that was taken by the club as well when he got the interim job. And I don't think that'll be the last time we see him go further up the chain. But he's done a great job with these players. Developed them, got some of them across to professional contracts, and he deserves everything. He's going to get spoken about him over the next few days.
It's actually quite emotional just watching this, because not many times you get to lift a trophy, a winning title trophy, and take away the under-18s aspects of it. Unfortunately, I've never someone who got to witness the joys. I was always on the losing team in finals, and just to see these players enjoy what, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but a fantastic moment. Is really good. But Carl Johnson here, actually former under 18s player, should we say. He says, go on lads in the comments chat. He's got a nice heart emoji. Linda Cohen-Peel again, come on Fleetwood with the hand emoji. Tyler Dodd, who's been in a Beryl. Adam D. Josh Lane says, really good game and really enjoyed it. Jez Town says, great way to finish the season. Danny Edwards hopefully gets a good game next season, Uncle Jez. And Callum James, well done, Harry Wilson, from your cousin. Big Alistair Wilson is crying, and all. The final one, Adam Deeder, says, well done to Lewis Patterson. And again, even these people who have been on the journey in some respects of us, Scott, on the FA Youth Cup games,
yes.
And I've been delighted to be asked back to come and commentate with you. I thought it was our final game against Bristol City of the campaign, but
me too.
Yeah, even for these people who have watched the players, whether they've gone to Poolfoot in recent weeks, if they've been allowed, and obviously not been able to follow the under-18s properly this season, which they normally would do, some of the Fleetwood fans, but to watch it the way they have done along with us, I'm sure they've seen some players develop and seen the history that they're making today.
Absolutely. And
hopefully seeing that, as I said, progression into the first team, which I'm sure many of these players will go on to do.
We can only hope, can't we, that they continue and continue to work hard and develop. And hopefully that's the the end goal, that we want them to be in the first team for the football club. And they've made a good start to it, and the success of winning the league obviously is a cherry on top of the cake, really, because there's varying levels of success. What is success at the end of the day in terms of when you're at this age? Is it getting a pro contract, or is it winning the league? We've got quite a lot of situations where it's both. I think they go hand in hand to a certain degree, but they've just got to enjoy this because they've earned it, and they'll cherish these memories and these friendships that they've built over the last 2 years, some of them longer. But great moments, great pictures that are being taken, so fantastic.
Again, just seeing Ange, who many people around Fleetwood know, her and Ted do so much for the kind of every player, but especially the under-18s and those staying at the digs. And again, she's just grabbing a quick picture from pitch side, and that'll be a moment, along with Andrea, that it'll be in the memories for years.
Absolutely, and everyone's part of this. Complete team effort, not just the squad and players. Like I said in the commentary, there is so much that goes on behind the scenes, and they're obviously good at what they do. As these lads won't be able to go out and perform the way they do. I mean, even people like Abby, who does all the paperwork, and which drives her mad sometimes. But there's all different levels of what's gone on, and it's just great to see everyone get the rewards for the hard work and their effort. And then obviously the lads can enjoy it.
I'm sure. Remember, I think the third round of the FA Youth Cup, the dressing room was absolute electric. Scott, if you want to head down, mate,
I'm going to enjoy these celebrations.
And
Sam, thanks. It's been a pleasure, my mate. Really enjoyed it. Thanks so much.
No, definitely.
And thanks for everyone who's watched and tuned in, and the nice comments.
I'm going to step aside and echo the same words to Scott, if I can sneak out here without interrupting the wires, but we'll try and stay with you for a little bit longer if you're not sick of my dulcet tones, as a baby behind us was for the majority of the game. But again, as we're thanking Scott, we've also got to thank Fleetwood Town Community Sports College, and we've got Abby, who's been filming the game with us today, and again all the pupils and students who have helped out this season. They're always part of what we produce. So we'll read for you some more of the comments if we can. Ryan Shorrock says, brilliant scenes, well deserved for all involved. And Adam D finishes off saying, thanks for all the great coverage of the under-18s. And Adam, without you guys and the support that you've given us on streams with all the games this season, it wouldn't be available for those. But as we're kind of seeing here, just fantastic scenes all around Highbury. Players, as we said before, might not get the chance to play with this group of players once again, but they've got to enjoy this moment whilst they can. I'm sure the scenes of celebrations in the dressing room will be electric, one that I'm sure the door will stay closed for. But we'll probably leave the stream there. Again, there's so many still watching the stream, which is fantastic to hear, and we'll probably leave you with the scenes without my running commentary of it. But Scott's down there now enjoying the scenes. You could probably just see to the left of the camera. But one final chance for these players to get their hands on the trophy. And we'll finish off with the manager, Simon Wiles, heading over to the trophy with his wife and his baby. And a round of applause by the players, Simon's staff, because having known him on a personal level, this is a fantastic achievement, and I'm sure he'll go on to say bigger and better things in his coaching career, but this is one that he's going to remember along with everyone. But from myself, Abby behind the camera, Scott, and everyone at Fleetwood Town, and we hope you've enjoyed the live stream. Luckily, Salford couldn't come and spoil the party from if you're watching from their point of view, but it was Fleetwood Town's day as they finished top of the Youth Alliance League Northwest with a 4-1 victory over Salford City. Finally comment here from Tracy Patterson. Well done, Fleetwood. We're also proud of you. And then it signed off with Lewis P at the end. So we'll leave you there, and hopefully we're back for some more games in the new season. That's I'm sure won't be too far away for many people. But once again, thank you for watching the stream, and take care, and we'll see you soon.